Thinking, Fast and Slow by Kahneman. They say you're in control of your decisions, that every choice you make is rational, logical, thought out. But what if it's not? What if most of your life, your purchases, your judgments, your beliefs, aren't decided by reason, but by reflex? In Thinking, Fast and Slow, Nobel Prize-winning psychologist Kahneman pulls back the curtain on your mind, revealing two invisible systems at war within you. System 1, fast, emotional, impulsive. System 2, slow, logical, careful. One makes lightning-fast choices. The other shows up late, if at all. And here's the twist. The fast one usually wins. In this journey through the brain's hidden mechanics, we'll expose the traps that sabotage your decisions, decode the mental shortcuts that run your life, and arm you with the tools to think clearly, even when your mind doesn't want to. This isn't just psychology. It's the playbook for better business, sharper leadership, and wiser living. They say you're in control of your decisions. Chapter 1. Two systems, one mind. System 1 is the autopilot of your brain. It's fast, reactive, intuitive. It helps you detect danger, read facial expressions, or finish a sentence someone else started. You rely on it to drive familiar roads, respond to emotions, and navigate everyday life effortlessly. System 2 is the deliberate thinker. It kicks in when you're solving a math problem, planning a strategy, or learning something new. It takes effort, focus, energy, and most people avoid using it unless absolutely necessary. Here's the trap. Because System 1 feels so natural, we trust it too much. But it's flawed. It doesn't analyze. It assumes. It's biased. Most decisions, what to buy, who to trust, how to vote, are made in a flash by System 1, then justified afterward by System 2. Think of your brain like a company. System 1 is the overconfident intern making quick decisions. System 2 is the CEO, capable of deep thought, but busy and distracted. Unless the CEO is paying attention, the intern runs the company. The lesson? If you want better decisions, you must train System 2 to show up more often. Ask questions, slow down, don't accept first impressions at face value. Chapter 2. Cognitive Biases. Your brain loves shortcuts, but those shortcuts come at a price. The availability heuristic makes us think shark attacks are more common than heart disease, because shark attacks make headlines. The easier something is to recall, the more probable it feels, regardless of reality. The halo effect tricks us into thinking that if someone is attractive or successful in one area, they must be smart, ethical, or good in other areas too. One positive trait colors everything else. Loss aversion is a big one. We're wired to avoid loss more than we're driven by gain. That's why people hold on to losing stocks or hesitate to fire underperforming employees. They dread the emotional loss more than they seek the potential gain. Biases are mental glitches. They affect investors, leaders, and everyday people. And no one is immune. The goal isn't to eliminate them, that's impossible, but to recognize them and compensate for them. Awareness is the first step to mastery. Use checklists, rely on diverse teams, question your gut. Chapter 3. Anchoring and Framing. You see a product priced at $800, then marked down to $499. You feel like you're saving money, but are you? That's the anchoring effect in action. Your brain doesn't evaluate prices in isolation. It compares them. And the first number you see becomes the anchor. Everything afterward is judged relative to that. Framing is just as sneaky. A disease has a 10% death rate? Scary. But if you say it has a 90% survival rate, it feels safer, even though the data is identical. People don't respond to facts. They respond to how those facts are presented. Smart marketers use this all the time. So do politicians, negotiators, and influencers. If you're not careful, you'll be nudged into decisions without realizing it. To defend against this, always ask, what's the other side of the frame? What's being left out? Great leaders don't just see reality, they frame it wisely. Chapter 4: The Illusion of Validity. We confuse confidence with competence, but feeling sure of something doesn't make it true. Kahneman shows how experts, stock pickers, economic forecasters, even seasoned professionals, often perform no better than chance. Yet they feel like they're right. That's the illusion of validity. Why? Because System 1 loves coherence. If a story feels complete, we accept it, even if it's wrong. In business, this leads to dangerous decisions. Hiring someone based on a good feeling, investing in a project because it sounds exciting, or ignoring data because it conflicts with your belief. Validation doesn't come from confidence. It comes from evidence. That means testing your assumptions, reviewing base rates, and admitting when you're uncertain. Be data-driven, not ego-driven. Chapter 5: The Planning Fallacy. You've done it. We all have. You thought you'd finish a report in 2 days. It took 5. You planned a product launch in 3 months. It took 9. This is the planning fallacy, our tendency to underestimate how long things take and how much they'll cost. We fall into this trap because we focus on our goals, System 1, not past outcomes, System 2. We imagine best-case scenarios and ignore the delays, distractions, or failures we've experienced before. The solution? Use reference class forecasting. Instead of planning based on your hopes, look at how similar projects have gone in the past. That's the outside view, and it's much more accurate. Hope is not a strategy. History is. Chapter 6: System 2 is lazy. Even when we know better, we default to ease. System 2 consumes energy, literally. Thinking deeply burns glucose. That's why, after a long day of tough decisions, you're more likely to eat junk food or skip the gym. It's called decision fatigue. The brain, like any muscle, tires. And when it does, it hands the wheel back to System 1. That's when biases sneak in. That's when impulsive choices happen. To lead well, you must protect your System 2 energy. That means making important decisions early in the day, reducing distractions, creating habits and routines so System 1 can handle low-risk tasks. Discipline isn't just about willpower, it's about managing mental energy. Chapter 7: Business Applications. Kahneman's insights aren't just theory, they're a competitive edge. Want to sell more? Write in clear, fluent language. System 1 equates fluency with truth. The easier something is to process, the more credible it feels. Want to influence behavior? Frame your offers in terms of loss. Don't miss out beats, here's what you'll get. People hate losing more than they love gaining. Hiring? Beware of snap judgments. Use structured interviews. Don't let the halo effect or gut feeling dominate your decision. Leadership is psychology in motion. If you understand how people think and where they slip, you gain the ultimate leverage. The best businesses don't just market better, they think better. Now you know the truth. Your mind, your most powerful tool, is also your most deceptive. It anchors, it assumes, it shortcuts, It believes confidently, even when it's wrong. But awareness is power. And with that power, you can pause before reacting, question before concluding, and lead with clarity over impulse. This was Thinking, Fast and Slow by Daniel Kahneman. Brought to you by Success Resources Books Insights. You don't need to become more. You need to become present. This is more than mindset. It's a mission. Keep seeking, keep growing, keep giving, and together, let's make the world rich again.